Here we are again, people. Leeds United and Calvin Phillips reunion talk. Oh, joy. Seriously, the day cannot come soon enough when we never have to speak about this again. But unfortunately, the reports have said that we are trying to have a reunion with our ex midfielder. So we're going to have to discuss it on today's transfer talk. Just something else as well before we get into the bulk of the video. Guys, the window isn't open yet. And I say this because some of the comments I'm getting and some of the messages I'm receiving, you guys are like acting like we're in the last 2 days of the transfer window. Guys, don't panic. That's what I would say at this stage. I'm talking to you on the 23rd of May. Don't panic. Parag has already said that we can buy better players than the other promoted teams could because we're Leeds United and just because of the finances that we have. And I agree with that. And that is why I'm not panicking at this stage. But suggesting some of the players that you guys have been suggesting because we haven't been linked to anyone and because it's very quiet, guys, we'd get relegated straight away. So let them do the work behind the scenes. And obviously, when there's more firmer links, we'll discuss those in detail. But yeah, don't panic just yet. You know what I mean? Not everything that's free or that's available, we should just get just because. Let them cook behind the scenes. Because if we're going to do this, we got to do this properly. And speaking of doing it properly, it means not signing this guy back. Now, for me, straight off the bat, this for me is just lazy journalism. I think it's just one of those where we're newly promoted. Calvin's had a tough time since he's left the club. So just put them back together. Because everything that Parag has said, that does not equal re-signing Calvin Phillips. Now they're talking about it being just a loan. I still don't want that because there's ramifications that come with that loan, and it's things that probably people won't even consider. But I'll get into them here. This is not Calvin Phillips of before, and listen, let me just say this as well. There's no agenda here. It's for the best of the football club. But I literally did a video a few weeks ago about Bielsa versus Farker promotion squads. Calvin makes my first 11. That's how good he was back in the Bielsa days. He was unbelievable, one of the best DMs in the country. That time has passed. That's gone. That's not Calvin anymore. He's one of those players that is, when you talk about a coach making a player great, he's one of the perfect examples to give. Because under Bielsa, he was a machine, dynamic tackling machine, good pass for the ball. We saw it kind of deteriorate a little bit under Jesse Marsh, not completely, but the signs were there that he wasn't coping in a different system. Pep Guardiola takes him on thinking, well, Bielsa did that with him. Surely I can get that out of him too. 45 million pounds later, he's looking at him like, oh, when Rodri's not playing, I have to play John Stones and other players that can play in that DM. He then goes out on loan to West Ham. And some of my West Ham guys, people, say that he's one of the worst players they've ever seen in a West Ham shirt. They couldn't believe just how unfit he was, which has been a criticism since his Leeds days, by the way. Not talking about injuries here, people, his body. You know, and this isn't body shaming for all you softies out there. This is about professional athletes who get paid that extra money to stay in shape that regular people just don't have to, because that's how committed they have to be to the craft. And he was accused of that there, where he looked out of shape there. And obviously, he's going to look unfit. He hadn't played a lot at Man City, but it was about just general fitness. And he was a disaster at West Ham. They couldn't wait to send him back. He's gone on loan to Ipswich this season and has had the same mixed bag. Poor form, bad injuries. I think he's even injured now. I don't think he's going to make their last game. And Kieran McKenna talking about him, saying the same things that everyone says about him. Great guy. Pep Guardiola said that. Great guy. He's a great guy to have around the dressing room. Awesome. We'll hire therapists around the place that we don't need an expensive Calvin Phillips that's not going to contribute on the pitch. And we're talking 2025. He doesn't get ahead of Ampadu. He doesn't get ahead of Tanaka. And at this point, this move would only serve to benefit him and Man City. Calvin, because he gets to come back to Leeds where he's more comfortable, where he's home. And Man City for getting his wages off the books for another year. It benefits Leeds in no way, shape, or form. Nothing. And with him being at the football club, the things that would hinder him being at this team, is that he would be able to play, have a stinker of a game, put in one crunching tackle, and everyone would say he had a good game because of the sentiment behind it. And that's just not where we need to be. We've got that enough already with our current number 9. We need to get away from that. So if we're looking to be the next Brentford, the next Brighton, the next Bournemouth, signing Calvin Phillips absolutely goes to the opposite of that. So I'm just hoping, like I said at the top of the video, this is just lazy talk, lazy connection, and that we are not nowhere near this kind of deal. There's better players out there available that Leeds United can get and would be more dynamic in 2025 than Calvin Phillips will. He's going to be 30 this year, and he's got a ton of injuries behind him. And that was even happening at Leeds United. Never mind 4 years later. Just steer clear of the deal, please, Leeds United, and move on. Move on. Otherwise, I've got to say it, the 49ers, if they do re-sign him, would be no better than Radrizzani and Orta. And it is as simple as that for me. But give me your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Speaking of Kieran McKenna, and I'll cover it on here because we have spoken about Liam Delap before. And, you know, if you're talking about out of the relegated teams, you know, he's probably the gem out of there that is going to make the step up. Well, Kieran McKenna confirms it that Liam Delap is expected to leave. He's looking at his options for next year, and we support him with that. And Delap has already met with Chelsea and Man United, as he's in the list of several clubs this summer. So I'm just saying here, Delap to Leeds is not happening. Okay, we can just put that one to bed. Liam Delap will not be coming to Leeds. He's going to be going to one of those clubs, and you can probably see why. I mean, we saw Man United in that Europa League final. They're probably desperate for him, but he may want to go Chelsea, where they're going to possibly have Champions League football. So it's one of these now. Liam Delap, he's not coming to Leeds, and that would have been the only one I'd have said, because a couple of you have been mentioning a couple of relegated names. I'd be like, guys, that ain't it. That's not it, guys. I'm I'm being polite with that. It's just not it. But yeah, Liam Delap, he will be moving, but it won't be to Leeds. Somebody who could be moving to Leeds, and I haven't spoken about him before, but we've been reportedly linked with Vladislav Vanat of Dynamo Kiev, 23-year-old Ukrainian forward. Now, I'll be real with you. I have not seen him play, so I cannot give you a full scout report like I've done in previous videos for other players. But what I will say, and I've got to say this, first of all, let me just say he's going to be available for 16.8 million, much like promised David. I think it's the exact same number, actually. But there's other teams interested in him, like Sunderland. I think that's upon promotion if they get promoted tomorrow. Brentford, West Ham as well have also registered interest, and I think I saw Fulham as well. The only thing I'd say, and like I say, I can't give a full judgment, but the highlight reel I watched of him, there was no defenders in the video, man. Like, you know how we talk about like the Bundesliga high line and other things like that, or just like the high line of ours back in the Premier League years. There's no defenders in those videos, or if they were, they weren't defending very well. And that's all I'll say. He looks like he's very adept at finishing, no problems with that, but he won't get that kind of time and space in the Premier League, that's for sure. But obviously, there must be a talent there with so many clubs scouting him. So we'll wait and see if there's anything else that develops to this. But 16.8 million is the price tag for Vanat. But yeah, I don't know if it was the first comp video I watched, but go watch it and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like school children defending. It was crazy. Someone else that we've mentioned as well, Doucouré, who's going to be available on a free. I don't think that he's going to be at Leeds, though. I think that his wage demands, which is rumored to be around 120,000 per week, I can see him moving. I think he's going to probably go Saudi, if anything. But if we are in for him, we'll speak about it then. But I'm just giving you an update on Doucouré. Apparently his wage demands are about 120 grand a week. Is that worth it to Leeds United? Do they feel that's worth it for that kind of experience in the Premier League? We shall see. But all I'd say is that I feel like there's probably better out there that you could probably get on loan for much less of a wage, who have still got all their legs. I actually like Doucouré, but we're talking like 32 years old now. You know, if you're talking 2 years ago, I'd be all over it and saying, absolutely go for it. There's other things I think you have to weigh up before you sign Doucouré in 2025. And just confirming as well, for people that are interested, Leeds United will be taking on Villarreal at Ellen Road on Saturday, the 2nd of August, in the second preseason fixture confirmed. So, yeah, look out for that one if you're looking to go. That should be a good game, good La Liga side, and see whatever resemblance of a squad that we have at that time looks like against a La Liga outfit in that way. But yeah, listen, people, yeah, like I said at the top of the video, there isn't a lot out there right now. There really isn't a lot to talk about in terms of players coming in or out. There really isn't a lot, but just, you know, don't worry about it yet. Wait until the window opens and we'll reassess it then. Okay. But guys, that will do it for the video today. I hope you've enjoyed the update. Please like the video before you go. Oh, and listen, shout out to Mr. P, Herman, and John Abbott for the super thanks on the last video. Thank you so much for the support, guys, and big up to all members of the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.